And welcome to the Spring 2025 graduation ceremony here at ASU-Beebe. Please rise as you are able for our processional. As we prepare for this graduation ceremony, for your safety and comfort, please be aware of the nearest exit. If you need assistance at any time, please alert the nearest usher. If you would, at this time, also ensure that your cellular phones are silenced. In order to maintain the dignity of this ceremony and to ensure each family has the ability to celebrate with their special graduate, please refrain from using any air horns or other noise-making devices when we call your graduate's name today. Thank you in advance for abiding by this request. Please remain standing as you are able for the presentation of colors by members of the ASU-Beebe ROTC under the direction of retired Sergeant First Class Jerry Bowling, followed by our national anthem performed by the ASU-Beebe singers under the direction of Mrs. Mary Jo Parker.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose but bright and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the rampart we watched looked so gallantly streaming, and look at that land of the into the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does the Star-Spangled Banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated.
Good morning. On behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, Board of Visitors, Board of Trustees, and most importantly, on behalf of our student body, let me welcome each of you to the Spring 2025 Arkansas State University Beebe Commencement Exercises. I am Jennifer Methvin, Chancellor of the campuses of ASU-Beebe, and I'm honored to be here today to share this day with faculty, staff, and graduates from across our campuses in Beebe, Heber Springs, Searcy, and the Little Rock Air Force Base. Today's commencement exercise truly highlights how special our student body is because, as you will see, we are privileged to serve area students with a number of educational pathways. This morning, in addition to ASU-Beebe graduates in multiple programs from multiple campuses, we also celebrate our students who have earned their Arkansas high school diplomas from our ASU-Beebe Adult Education Program this spring. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, students who have completed A-State's bachelor's and master's degrees through our University Center will celebrate their commencement. We consider all these students to be important members of the Vanguard community, and as I said, we're thrilled and honored to be gathered today to share this special occasion with you all. As we begin this ceremony, I am honored to introduce our platform party, which includes administrative personnel who provide leadership at our institution and some very special board members who support and inspire us to greater success. As I introduce our dignitaries, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. From our Arkansas State University System Board of Trustees, Price Gardner. We're also joined by ASU-Beebe Board of Visitors member, Ms. Kathy Oath. From our faculty and staff, Vice Chancellor for Academics, Dr. Jason Goodner. Vice Chancellor for Student Services, Dr. Amber Black. Assistant Professor of Communication and Theater in our Herald for today, Ryan Gibbons. Faculty Senate President Hope Hargrove. Staff Senate President Jennifer George. Our Registrar, Tanya Tucker. And our student speaker for this morning, Carter Blackman. Let's welcome them all. Of course, each person here is an honored and special guest, and I thank you for being with us for this celebration. I am pleased to invite to the podium Trustee Gardner, who will provide brief remarks on behalf of the ASU System Board of Trustees. Mr. Gardner will be followed by Ms. Kathy Oath, who will bring greetings on behalf of our advisory board. Mr. Gardner?
Thank you, Dr. Methvin, and good morning, everybody. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure and a real highlight of being able to serve as a member of the Board of Trustees to attend graduation today. On behalf of the Arkansas State University System Board of Trustees and the administration, I'd like to congratulate all of our graduates today on these achievements. I would also like to thank you for choosing ASU-Beebe for your education needs, and we hope that we've met and exceeded your expectations. I'd also like to extend gratitude and thanks to our faculty and staff and the folks that have brought you to this point, to this celebration today. I'd also like to extend our best wishes and good luck for whatever chapters are next for each of you as you have achieved these credentials, which set a new floor to take you to the next level. So again, congratulations, and it's an honor to be here with you today. Thank you.
Good morning, and welcome to ASU-Beebe. The Board of Visitors provides advisory counsel and support to the administration of ASU-Beebe at all of its locations. As a member of the Board of Visitors, I'm so proud of each of you graduates and look forward to the difference that you will make in our communities and beyond. Congratulations on your achievements and best wishes as you move forward to even greater accomplishments with brighter futures. Remember, your success is not a destination, but an exciting journey, and we are better because of all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gardner and Ms. Oath. We have an awesome Board of Trustees and an awesome Board of Visitors. We are blessed. Graduates, I stand here this morning extremely proud of your accomplishments. You're now a college graduate, and you're about to be an ASU-Beebe alum. As Chancellor of ASU-Beebe, it is my privilege to observe you and our faculty and staff as they work with you to guide you through your educational experiences. And what I see each day makes me so proud of the kind of education a student receives at the campuses of ASU-Beebe. You see, the ASU-Beebe experience doesn't just prepare you to make a better living. The ASU-Beebe experience also prepares you to have and to live a better life. Our faculty and staff work with you both inside and outside of the classroom, and they model a life of service and dedication to others. They create and nurture learning experiences designed specifically for you and your career. And they model civic involvement, teamwork, lifelong learning, continuous improvement, tolerance, and civility. ASU-Beebe is devoted to your growth and development as a whole person, not just within your area of study. Graduates, I think you've been pretty lucky to have these faculty and staff members in your lives. So if you agree, join me now in thanking these dedicated professionals who sit behind you and all over this gym making today possible. Let's thank them for their work and their dedication. Graduates, as you exit our doors to take your next steps, I challenge you to continue to be vanguard. Dare to be a leader, dare to help others. Keep yourself and others moving forward. Transform the lives of others through your profession and through your life as your faculty and staff have done for you. On behalf of everyone in this room, I thank you for inviting us into your lives and allowing us to share a portion of your educational journey. We're proud of you and know that you will accomplish much. At this time, I'm honored to introduce the ASU-Beebe singers under the direction of Miss Mary Jo Parker. They will share "May You Go Forth in Love" in honor of our graduates.
Thank you, singers. Good morning. I am Dr. Jason Goodner, and I serve as the Vice Chancellor for Academics here at ASU-Beebe. On behalf of the faculty and staff of ASU-Beebe, it is my honor to introduce the student speaker this morning. Carter Blackman of Searcy, Arkansas, is graduating with an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences. Blackman was the recipient of the 2024 Academic All-Star Award for the Arkansas Community Colleges and the 2025 ASU-Beebe Citizenship Award. He was noted for being an exceptional student leader, serving as this year's president of the Student Government Association. He also served as a resident assistant, was a founding member of the Knights of the Round Table Chess Club, a member of Trio Leadership Council, the Student Government Association's Warren Harshaw Diversity Committee, and president of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. After graduation, Carter plans to study biology at Arkansas State University in Jonesboro. Please join me in welcoming Carter to the podium.
Chancellor Meffin, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, members of the Vanguard community, my friends, my family, and most importantly, my fellow students. What are we doing here? I'm serious. What are we doing here? Not just sitting in chairs at graduation. I mean, here, at this moment, in this time and place, in life. What is here, anyways? Why is here? And if I'm not here, then where would I be? Over there? What is there? Why are things split like this into heres and theres, nows and laters? Why are they not all the same? Yeah, I was homeschooled. That probably explains a lot, I guess. Whenever I mention that, people tend to slowly nod and say, that makes so much sense. I don't know what that's about, but hey, if it helps you make sense of this speech, cool. Let's keep going. We live in a time where indoor air conditioning is a standard and not luxury. And I didn't realize how much I appreciated that until a few weeks ago when the AC went out in the dorms. People were hot in both temperature and temperament. Now, the school acted fast to replace the custom parts needed to fix it. And while they were working on it, Mr. Zach Tucker, our Dean of Students, reminded us RAs that 60 years ago, this kind of AC didn't even exist for most people. Of course, I believed him, but I still had to fact check him. So I called my grandma. She said when she used to stay with her aunt in the summer, their air conditioning consisted of closed blinds, windows cracked just enough to catch a breeze, and a table fan that ran on oil. Not electricity, oil. And I was fascinated. Mr. Tucker was right, and that got me thinking, what else is different here now than it was back then? Us. Think about it. 60 credit hours ago, many of us were walking onto this campus for the first time, figuring out where the bookstore was, where our classes were, and wondering if we had made the right decision coming here. 60 credit hours ago, we didn't know what we were capable of, we didn't know who we'd meet, and we didn't know what we'd become. 30 credit hours ago, maybe we started to believe in ourselves a little bit. We passed some tough classes, got some encouragement, maybe joined a club, or 2 or 3. Made a few friends, talked to a professor who actually saw us. 15 credit hours ago, well, personally, I was wondering if I could make it to the finish line or give the speech. I wasn't sure if I was able to, and if I was, I wasn't sure if I should. And today, well, I'm here, and so are you all. And I think that's significant. We could have been over there, wherever there is, but instead, we're here. This last semester, for me, and maybe for some of you too, wasn't about chasing perfect grades or some ideal future. It became a simple daily question of, am I going to keep going? That's it. Because sometimes life stops being about the next 5 years and becomes about the next 5 minutes. Are we going to take one more step, send one more email, answer one more discussion post, complete one more quiz, work one more shift, live one more day? I'm sure to us stubborn high achievers, one more of anything doesn't seem enough. But when we question whether something is enough, what are we actually questioning? I believe we understand that taking one more step doesn't guarantee a certain outcome, that submitting the assignment doesn't guarantee a passing grade, that planting the seed doesn't guarantee fruit. I also believe we understand our strength is something we've always had and something that will never leave us. I think what we question is whether or not we are wielding our strength the right way. Yes, I can keep going. I will keep going. But is this the direction I should be going? Should I get this degree? Should I cure allergies? Should I binge Attack on Titan for the 3rd time? What is the right choice? What is here? Well, that's up to us. I'm aware this answer may not be comforting for you. It hardly is for me. But let me tell you something that will make this pill easier to swallow, something that I told myself before I came up here to speak. It's all good. It's all right. However you choose to wield your strength, it will be all right. And why do I believe this? Because we're here. Graduation is exciting. It's a milestone. It's not the last step. It's not the first step. It's one more step. Will we continue taking one more step in this direction? Maybe. We don't have to have it all figured out today, but we've already figured out enough. We've already chosen to keep going. So to all my fellow graduates, I'll say it one more time in hopes that you don't forget. Keep going. It's nothing new, but that's the beauty of it. You already have what you need. You already know what you need to know. You've kept going, and that's why you're here. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Dr. Amber Black, Vice Chancellor for Student Services. Thank you, Carter, for those words. This semester, ASU-Beebe is conferring 640 awards across all campuses, including 97 Associate of Applied Science degrees, 3 Associate of Arts degrees, 18 Associate of Fine Arts degrees, 222 Associate of Science degrees, 10 Associate of General Studies degrees, 112 technical certificates, 150 certificates of proficiency, 28 certificates of general studies, 59 Arkansas high school diplomas. Candidates are listed in the program in alphabetical order under the award categories. Every candidate has worked hard to earn the awards they will receive, and we would like to recognize those who have earned awards of distinction during their time here at ASU-Beebe. Students who have earned a grade point average of 3.75 or higher are indicated in the program with an asterisk. You will notice many candidates are wearing one or more cords, sashes, or medals of distinction. Please see your program for a listing of what they represent. And now I would like to invite Dr. Goodner for the presentation of our candidates.
So graduates, are you ready? Will the spring 2025 graduating class please rise? Chancellor Methvin, the faculty are in the process of recording grades and carefully examining the accomplishments of the spring 2025 graduating class. At this time, it appears the final auditing of academic records will confirm that each eligible member of the class has completed their requirements and met the standards of the Arkansas Department of Higher Education and the Arkansas State University Board of Trustees. Therefore, it's with great pride that the faculty presents them to you and unanimously recommends that the appropriate certificates and degrees be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Goodner. By the authority vested in me by the Arkansas Department of Higher Education and the Arkansas State University System Board of Trustees, it is my honor to confer upon each of you the Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Arts, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of General Studies, Associate of Science, Technical Certificate, Certificate of General Studies, Certificate of Proficiency, and Arkansas High School Diploma as pertains to each, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. I can't wait to greet each of you.
Graduates, will the first and second row please remain standing and follow the directions of the ushers? The rows behind them may now be seated, and we will begin now the awarding of degrees and certificates. Do you have your card? Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences as well as an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Carter Khalil Blackman. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Computer-Aided Drafting and Design, as well as a Technical Certificate in Mechanical Drafting, Noah Love. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Computer Systems and Networking Technology, as well as a Technical Certificate in Computer Systems and Networking Technology, Christina Bryan. You're going to have to pause. You're going to have to give me a minute, brother. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Computer Systems and Networking Technology, an Associate of Applied Science in General Technology, a Technical Certificate in HVAC Technology, and a Certificate of Proficiency in HVAC Technology, Landon Holloman. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Computer Systems and Networking Technology, an Associate of Applied Science in General Technology, as well as a Technical Certificate in Computer Systems and Networking Technology, Dana M. Wells. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Computerized Machining Technology, a Technical Certificate in Computerized Machining Technology, and a Certificate of Proficiency in Computerized Machining Technology, Jacqueline D. Wiles. Hard. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Criminal Justice, an Associate of Science in Criminal Justice, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, as well as an Associate of General Studies, Stormy Faye Jinks. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Education and a Technical Certificate in Early Childhood Education, Evelyn Smith. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Angela Castillo Flores. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Clayton Robert Coe Davis. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Austin Patrum. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Jasmine Rencher. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Kiaya L. Swinson. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Medical Laboratory Technology, Justin Webb. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Registered Nursing, Sydney Page Lowry. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Registered Nursing, Tangela J. Sun. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Registered Nursing, Khadijah White. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Ella Bisbee. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Marissa Renee Godwin. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Alexis Taylor Waits. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Riley Weems. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Danielle Renee Slater. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Caitlin Rogers. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Jessica Dickey. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Josie Cardenas. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Olivia Edwards. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Amanda Castilla. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Berzabet Lopez. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Alyssa McDougall. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Veterinary Technology, Brooke Leanne Moore. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts in Graphic Design, Grace Eula Whitley. I love you. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts degree in Theater, Tiana Bonner. Dancing across the stage for the 5th time, receiving an Associate of Fine Arts in Theater as well as an Associate of General Studies, Lavelle Clayton Craig. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts degree in Theater, Emma Carricker. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts degree in Theater, Ainsley Epps. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts degree in Theater, Taylor McGahey. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts in Theater, Alden Rogers. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts degree in Theater, Kiera Jasmine Tolles. Receiving an Associate of Fine Arts degree in Theater, Hannah Wisman. Receiving an Associate of Science in Agriculture, Austin Charles Gewitt. Receiving an Associate of Science in Agriculture, Emily Lewis. Receiving an Associate of Science in Business, as well as an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Loudon Morgan Cupp. Receiving an Associate of Science in Business, Cole Dismang. Receiving an Associate of Science in Business, Carter Hayes. Receiving an Associate of Science in Business, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, and a Certificate of General Studies, Alexia Jade Lenz. Congratulations. Receiving an Associate of Science in Business, Alexis Rhodes. Receiving an Associate of Science in Business, Kyle Alexander Wolf. Receiving an Associate of Science in Computer Information Systems, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, as well as a Certificate of General Studies, Kiara Hazel. Receiving an Associate of Science in Education, a Technical Certificate in Early Childhood Education, and a Certificate of Proficiency in Early Childhood Education, Olivia M. Bain. Receiving an Associate of Science in Education, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, as well as a Technical Certificate in Teaching, Ivy Cantor. Receiving an Associate of Science in Education, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, as well as a Certificate of Proficiency in Teaching, Elizabeth G. Robbins. Hang on. You got to wait. Receiving an Associate of Science in Education, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, a Certificate of Proficiency in Teaching, and a Certificate of General Studies, Madison Woodburn. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, and a Technical Certificate in Pre-Healthcare Studies, Jaden Lee Cloenger. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, a Technical Certificate in Pre-Healthcare Studies, and a Technical Certificate in Pharmacy Technician Science, Madison Ann Davis. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Taya Starr Henson. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, a Technical Certificate in Pre-Healthcare Studies, and a Certificate of General Studies, Rivers Liera McKee. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences, Mariana J. Roop. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, and a Technical Certificate in Pre-Healthcare Studies, Bailey Smith. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences, an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, a Technical Certificate in Pre-Healthcare Studies, and a Certificate of General Studies, Alexis Ann Ekman. Receiving an Associate of Science in Health Sciences, Lucas D. Young. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, an Associate of General Studies, and a Certificate of General Studies, Kayla Dawn Baker. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Amber Barnhart. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Hope Marie Branch. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Faith Michelle Johnson. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Lily Marie McCann. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Kaylee Erin Paris. Pause. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Science and an Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts, Christina K. Parsons. Head held high, always. Receiving an Associate of Science in Liberal Arts and Sciences, Jocelyn M. Person. Receiving a technical certificate in computerized machining technology, Alan Ward. Receiving a technical certificate in diesel technology, John Bailey Shadell. Receiving a technical certificate in entrepreneurship, LaCora Nicole Hemingway. Receiving a technical certificate in HVACR technology, Shane Gwynn. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Darren J. Dyson. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Bracy Johnson. Receiving a technical certificate in practical nursing, Rhonda Newman. Receiving a technical certificate in pre-healthcare studies, Brandy Conley. Receiving a technical certificate in pre-healthcare studies, Elena Mackenzie Ushery Fields. Receiving a technical certificate in pre-healthcare studies, Miracle Renee Garner. Receiving a technical certificate in welding technology, a technical certificate in power sports technology, and a certificate of proficiency in welding technology, Jared Chase Shield. Receiving a certificate of general studies, Kara Elizabeth Peterson. Receiving a certificate of proficiency in diesel technology, Wesley E. Clifton. Receiving a certificate of proficiency in diesel technology, Andrew J. Winsek. Here we go. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Natalie L. Esperacueta Barrios. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Shaylee Grace Davis. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Kirsten Nicole Lewis. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Kylie Martin. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Rosie Moish. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Christian Alexander Nichols Krenke. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Carolina Rodriguez. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Callie Ray Shelton. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Grace Ann Tustison. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Tamaya Chantel Van Buren. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Sania Desiree Williams. Receiving a certificate of proficiency as a patient care technician, Maria Avila Torres. Receiving his Arkansas High School diploma, Uriah Smith. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Trey Jones. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Alyssa McGaw. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Brianna Reeves. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Kevin Caraga. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Taya Lee. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Trey Walker. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Rebecca Fassett. Thank you, sir. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Oliver Duncan. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Charlie Clark. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Donna Houghton. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Gabriel Allen. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Cody Guntharp. You earned it, baby. Proud of you. Proud of you. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Nora Ford. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Brittany Davidson. Receiving an Arkansas High School diploma, Patricia Chestnut. This completes our awards. Will our graduates please rise?
Graduates, when you processed in this morning, you wore your tassels on the right, signifying your candidacy for graduation. Now, in keeping with the time-honored tradition of the Academy and the symbolic gesture of crossing your hearts, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Spring 2025 graduating class. Will everyone please rise as you are able for the ASU-Beebe Alma Mater, performed by the ASU-Beebe Singers under the direction of Miss Mary Jo Parker. Lyrics are included in your program. Faculty and staff, you're dismissed to prepare to greet your graduates. I ask everyone else to be seated for another moment, please. Yeah, y'all can sit down. Just for a minute. Graduates of the class of spring 2025, in just a moment, it will be my privilege and responsibility to induct you as new members into the Alumni Association of Arkansas State University Beebe. First, let me say that ASU-Beebe is the oldest community college in the state. Since 1927, we're almost 100 years old. Since 1927, thousands of graduates have earned certificates and degrees. Though our graduates come from diverse backgrounds across a nearly 100 years of history, your educational experience at our campuses connects you through your common goal. As the Alumni Association continues to grow, as each graduating class joins our ranks, the success you will share will continue to make a difference in our communities, in Arkansas, and in our nation. We hope you will always take great pride in your alma mater and that you will always be ready to give Arkansas State University Beebe your active support. Now, for the last time, would all of the ASU-Beebe graduates please stand? By the authority vested in me by the Arkansas State University System Board of Trustees, I am pleased to welcome you into membership of the Arkansas State University Beebe Alumni Association. Congratulations. At this time, the ushers will lead our graduates in the recessional into our grand tradition of the ASU-Beebe faculty and staff tunnel of celebration. Family and friends, please stand for the recessional and remain where you are until all graduates have exited the gym. We encourage you to join our graduates and faculty outside and enjoy our beautiful campus and celebrate these achievements. Thank you for being here today.